Well, it's a beautiful day here in Wisconsin, and it's about to get more beautiful with this. That's right, 3K vehicles pulling into Tiki Bunny HQ. Now, to those who observe our accounts, this one is ours, but these two are from Car Deal Page, heading over to Crazy K. So we've got a Terios Kid, which is aero down, turbo, four-wheel drive, and manual transmission, and this really excellent blue Honda Acti. All right, this thing is even more cool than I thought it was in Japan. I mean, first of all, we got these huge samurai wheels on here. They look fantastic. And now that it's up on the truck, we can really see how good the whole suspension setup is in here. Just lovingly done, and there is not a scrap of rust anywhere on this thing. And like Teal Graphics, always got to appreciate that. I think the only like negative on this guy right here is the headliner's coming down, but that is an easy repair right there. It's all locked up for right now, but you know what? We're gonna get this thing unloaded and then I will show you it because wow, this thing is a unit. Actually, before we get it down, look at these. These are totally custom taillights. I have never seen a housing like this before with the bumper delete and the steel bar on there. And like the ground clearance is insane. And looks like we've got a really nifty aftermarket muffler, and I'm sure this thing sounds amazing. But we've got like from the little joint right here all the way to the floor, probably a good 10 inches. Like the breakover angle on this is insane. I cannot wait to see what this thing is going to do on the trail. Meanwhile, up here, this Terios Kid, look at this. We've got sticker tires even on the spare. Brand new tires all the way around. This thing is legit. So I mean, I'm kind of up here while the Jimny's rolling off, but like look at this guy. This is pretty much best spec here. We've got 5-speed 4-wheel drive, AC, turbo, and the aero down kit. They've helpfully deleted the radio already because it's gonna get replaced no matter what. But yeah, I mean, with a little bit of a detail on this, maybe a wrap on the hood, some black paint here, this thing is going to sing. So if you want a really cool manual transmission Terios Kid, you hit up Crazy K Imports because this is going to be a hot item. And then over here, we've got a Honda Acti. This is an HA4. So this is a 4-wheel drive, 5-speed Honda Acti, and holy heck, look at this. 46,000 kilometers on here. It is so clean you could eat off of this thing. This is wild. Look at this sheet. Hold on, I gotta see. We got any information on the sheet whatsoever? No, unfortunately, because this thing has got to be a 4B at the very least. In the attention to detail and just the weird little Japanese things in here. Oh man, this is so cool. Like, look at the bed. The bed is shining. Like, what did this guy even use this for in Japan, for real? Get the backup lights still in there. The seats are good. This thing is going to be quite the ticket to have. So again, if you want this dynamite in rare blue 4-wheel drive 5-speed K truck, you hit up PJ at Crazy K Imports and he will hook you up with this really cool truck. All right, fresh off the truck, we're gonna send those two to Crazy K. Let's do a quick walk around on this one. So this is just ideal spec all the way around. We've got one heck of a lift kit on there. We've got cool wheels on there. We've got the recovery hook on there. We've got a cool exhaust. We've got steel plates on there to protect everything. We've got this really nice, like now you can see it in the sunlight with the Teal Graphics. So this is the Wild Wind trim on the Jimny. Twin cam turbo. We got bumper delete front and back. And you can just see all of the additional suspension-y bits in there. I think the only thing that's missing on this is a winch, and something tells me that we can get that on there pretty easily. So this one's going to be available at Continental Motors in the next couple of days to a couple of weeks, depending on how long the title gets in there. But let's take a look at the inside while we're at it. All right, so we've got really, really nice fabric with no flaws whatsoever, even on the side bolstering here. This is the common point of failure on a lot of these things. Inside, so we have 98,000 kilometers on here. We've got a cell phone holder, which is nice. We've got air conditioning, little coin cubby, big old grab bar, and I love to see four-wheel and off-roading and just outdoor stuff on here, because it means that somebody was actually doing this thing a service. Once again, 4B. This thing was nearly flawless, just a couple of dings up front, and if I am not mistaken, we have a service manual in here, or an owner's manual. Looks like an owner's manual, so super handy, because these little booklets go for quite a pretty penny in Japan if you're trying to find them. And then got our lights inside. Just bare bones stuff, because it's an off-roader. Like, what do you need? Momo wheel, which is really cool. 5-speed, 4-wheel drive. We got a little cup holder down here, so I'm sure this is going to fail a big frickin' bottle test tomorrow. Extra key with a pig on it. But yeah, this thing's really cool. What is this? We got an extra panel on here from somewhere. I will figure out where that goes. Yeah, again, I think the only flaw back here is that the headliner is sagging, but again, a couple of holders and some glue, and I think we are good to go. But my goodness, this thing is awesome. I might just need to get around the neighborhood in this thing, because wow. Of course, we got the pop-out windows at those guys back there. We got crank windows. We got a remote control in the door for what? Cars area? Okay, so we've even got remote control on the stereo. This is awesome. So you can just be sitting on the trail, like drive up to a rock face, crank the stereo, and just do some climbing. Wow. Man, and fog light switch right here. Look at this. Awesome. Like, again, somebody spent a lot of time and a lot of effort in making this thing so impossibly cool, and it shows in every which way, shape, and form. I am just so thrilled by this. Like, I'm gonna have to go back and see which auction house we bought this from, because this thing is just impossibly cool. I'll probably say this a dozen times, but just wow. Okay, now that we've got it parked, we can pull the hood. Don't forget, Suzuki's are always on this side. Got this guy, got that guy. We're in good shape. All right, let's get this sucker up. Woof, there we go. Wow. You know what? I knew it was clean, but like, this is really clean. Like, we got our jack right here, which is great. We got our turbocharged inline 3. Obviously, somebody spilled a little oil before we did that when it left Japan, but other than that, oh, that starter down there looks brand new. Wow. No leaks. Looking good. Man. This is a home run, without question. Also really good. I'll see a timing belt sticker, but that's okay. Because this is an F6, right? Oh, it's a K6. That's why there's no timing belt sticker. It's a chain. Let's go. Oh, man. Again, somebody is going to have so much fun with this. I just wish it was me. Like, because this thing is going to be heading up to Continental tomorrow. And I'm sure they're going to have an absolute blast with it. We're going to try to get Zach over here in the morning to get this up on Shooting Cars, because he's only driven a JDM Suzuki Jimny in Japan. So let's get him an import legal one right now so that he can compare the 2020 version with this 1996 version. So there we go. And then for the real ones, you got this little mirror here so you can see your front fenders wherever you are, so that you are not going to mess up your off fender on any big rocks or nothing. But here is the rear space of a Suzuki Jimny. It is not big by any stretch of the imagination, because you either have seats or cargo, but pretty much not both. But these guys fold down pretty good. Enough room for whatever you need back here. I mean, you can very easily take these things out all of the Daihatsu naked too. Just with a pull of a handle, that's it. They're out of there. Hey, we got some tools, sweet. Oh, and some trim bits, perfect. So, and we got our tire iron back here, hardwired seat belts. So there you go. If you need space, you got it. If you need to throw a pack back here, climbing gear, whatever you're out in the wilderness tracking down, this is what it's all about. Absolutely outstanding. Yeah, this thing, yeah, it's got some double-sided tape up there. Let's see if we can make this better. You know what? It's not perfect, but it looks like this whole roof panel is actually aftermarket. I think this is completely custom. Like, you can see up here that there's a little piece of adhesive right there, and like there's this bar up here that's holding it all in place. I have a feeling that this roof was added for some additional soundproofing and just the aesthetics of it, because this is a really heavy piece. It's definitely not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. You can kind of see up there, but like, I have a feeling this is just an aftermarket panel that somebody put in here to change the look a little bit. So now that should be up there for at least the foreseeable, and I'll let the team at Continental do a little bit more repair work to it. Unfortunately enough, no matter how much I want to start it up and have fun with it, I cannot, because the battery is big dead. It'll beep a little bit, but it's not going to do much else, unfortunately. So once again, I love these things. If you guys want one of these, let me know. I'll grab a bunch in Japan. But let's get this sucker out of here, over to the battery shop, and we'll hopefully get a little bit of time to spend with this afternoon. You know, as I get this on, I definitely was not expecting a 7mm kind of bolt on this, but that's where we are. So have fun with this. All right, there we go. Now let's get keys in this guy, spark it up, and take it around the block. It's a windy day, I'm sure you guys can hear, but all right, moment of truth. Battery shop batteries in there. Sparks right up. Sounds great. I don't think there's an ETC reader in here, but that can be fixed. All right, let's go get some gas. I'm out here about to move this, you know, back into the driveway now that the van's in the garage, but I figured out we've got LEDs. I just love this thing already. This is gonna be hard to let go. It really sucks that I'm going to Japan in a few days. I mean, relatively speaking, because I really want to play with this. Blue sky for a blue Jimny. All cleaned up, windows open. This thing just is awesome. I know I've said it like 40,000 times, but man, the only thing I found is that when your knuckles come down this way, it often hits the turn signals, because or the windshield wipers, because this wheel is really short on here. Like, you can tell the original Jimny wheel stood out a little bit more. But apart from that, there are just no issues with this whatsoever. I'm not gonna lie, this is not a highway darling by any stretch of the imagination. It's loud, it wiggles, the bounces are incredible, but who needs to drive on a highway with this? Because this thing is supposed to be trail rated 100%. So it's going to be a drive, but that's okay. Because once this gets to its destination, it's going to be a whole boatload of fun. All right, sorry for the lack of travel montage, but we are here at Continental Motors. And this thing is just rowdy. There's just no other way to describe this vehicle. I did end up having the confidence to bring this up to 70 miles an hour, and it handled it fine. Once you kind of understand the wiggle and the play in the suspension and whatnot, this thing just hauls. So on or off road, there is nothing this Jimny can't do, and I am just absolutely thrilled with this. I'll be honest, I was talking to another K owner last night, and out of all the vehicles that I've had here at Tiki HQ that just weren't mine, this one would be my foster fail. It's just such a fun vehicle. We were chucking it over curbs last night and driving across the lawn and just slamming through the gears and putting it through its paces just to test it out, just to make sure that, you know, the car isn't going to have problems, you know, once it gets here to its, you know, temporary destination, the Continental. And it just handled everything with such ease. and so much fun. So whoever has this next, please enjoy the absolute hell out of it. All right, it's been a hot minute since we've seen these guys, but look at this. 3-in-1 shot with the Jimny outside, and there's still one more coming. We've got a supercharged 4-wheel drive automatic Subaru Sandbar with the cosmic roof up top on the way. Just doing some repairs to the brakes and the 4-wheel drive, and then it'll be out here in probably about a month and a half. But here's this Legnum, and out of all the cars that I've driven around and had some fun with, this still just whips the hardest. I mean, it was the wagon so good I had to review it twice. And now that we've got most of these things up here, we're gonna start seeing these get titles on them real soon, and then all 4 of these guys are gonna be available for sale probably within the next 30 days. But just friendly reminder that we do not mess around with rust or corrosion or damage to the undercarriage of these things at all. So even in something that is eminently affordable, like a Terios Kid, that is just going to be all kinds of winter beater fun, it's as clean as humanly possible above and below. And of course our Stagia. This thing is legend. I genuinely miss this car because it is just so good inside and out. The white leather, that's how quick it is. Like, again, if you are on the way anywhere and you want space, power, and fun, this is how you do it right here. So I think that's the question. If you've got a power wagon to just have fun with, are you going with the RB25 Stagia or the 13A TT Legnum VR4 Type S? Both of these things are 4-wheel drive with single turbo, twin turbo. I don't know, R34 versus Evo wagon. Which one are you going with?
And all right, if you are watching this video right now, I am either on my way to or in Japan. So we are about to embark on a ton of adventures. Of course, we're going to throw some touristy stuff in there, but we're also going to be hitting as many auctions as possible. And then the most exciting part of this trip, without question, is going to be going to the various yards and seeing your cars. There's also a ton of cars out there for sale. We'll be detailing every single one of them because I would love to find these guys forever homes. A lot of these are just really, really cool cars that you guys just need to see in order to truly believe, especially at some of the prices that we have these things at. So thanks for standing by and just being a part of Tiki Bunny Imports. I cannot wait to be showing you more stuff in Japan. I'm going to be traveling with my mom. Hopefully we'll be able to rent a car and do some PAs. And it's just going to be a delight. So stay tuned. Lots of amazing stuff is coming up. Just so excited. So, all right, next time I'll be signing on, I'll see you in Japan. All right, thanks everyone.